Hey, my friends, I have a real quick question. Can God bless a lie? Moaning. Coming to you direct from my neighborhood here in the beautiful city of South Lake, Texas. Doing my morning walk, meditation, get a chance to ponder, think about business, think about things, opportunities, work, involvements, whatever it may be. And I'll tell you, it's important to be able to get that blood flowing in the morning, get it going. So not a late start, but not a real early start. Got the sun overhead, still like a little cool. It's nice, got workers in the background, might hear a little bit of noise. Hang in there with me. In my walk, just meditating, can God bless a lie? That's an interesting question, because here's what happens is sometimes we go before the Lord and we're not honest with him. We're not honest about where we are. We're not honest with what we do now. Obviously, if there's anybody we're going to be honest with, it better be with him. I mean, he knows it all. He knows the truth. He knows what's right and what's wrong. He knows the reality. But there's some times when we're in business that we're driving, and there's a line that can be crossed between what you're believing for by faith and how you describe it by reality. So you could be believing God for something. You could be believing for the success of your business. You want to reach a certain mandate. You want to get to a certain level. You want to be able to say, I'm making, the company's making $10 million a year, when the company's making $1 million a year, and you're believing God for 10 million. And the Bible says he says, call those things that be not as though they were. So I understand when somebody says, I'm believing God for $10 million. I'm making $10 million. And yeah, that's a good proclamation. I've said that. I've done it myself. I would say things like, I could go anywhere I want to go, do anything I want to do. And it would build a speculation in the minds of the listener that I physically have the physical power to be able to do what I want to do. When in reality, what I was stating is that the Lord has empowered me to be able to do these things when I need to do it, because I've seen it. I've seen him provide where there wasn't a way. So I would say that I can do without the ability of being able to get it done physically, but knowing without a doubt that spiritually, when the time came that I needed to do it, the Lord would miraculously make sure that it was available to me to get it done. That happens all the time. So that is a grand purpose of faith. That's a grand mandate of faith, for us to be able to do things like that. So with that being said, do I run around telling everybody, hey, this is how much I'm actually making, or this is what I've actually received, when I really haven't received it yet? I've received it by faith. I haven't received it by fact yet. I know it's coming. See, there's a fine line between believing you're going to receive and receiving. That's a fine line. And so it's fine. You're believing God for a certain thing. That's fine. No harm, no foul. Believe God. Stretch your faith. Stretch your faith for those things that you're believing God for that are beyond your ability. Stretch it. And I believe you'll receive it. But when you're talking to people, recognize that you preface it with what you're believing for. See, there's a difference here. Let me share this with you. How many of you here believe that you see me? I want you to think about that question. How many of y'all believe that you see me? Now, if you raise your hand up high, we have to have this conversation. You really don't believe that you see me. You actually see me. To believe that you see someone means that you're accepting the possibility that it might not be that person. You know you see me. That's the difference between believing you see me versus knowing you see me. Those are two key things. So when you're believing God for something, you have to be able to say, this is what I'm believing God. I believe that I can go anywhere that I want to go, do anything I want to do because he takes care of me and he provides. He wants the glory. But if I run around and just say, I can go anywhere I want to go, do anything I want to do, without prefacing ultimately what he wants, which is to be glorified, can God bless that? That's the question. Can God actually bless it? I'm making a speculation by stating I can go anywhere I want to go, do anything I want to do. But if I preface it together with, I believe I can go anywhere I want to go, do anything I want to do, because the Lord desires for me to do so. It's not a play on words, but there's an importance behind that statement. The Lord wants us to be truthful. He wants to be factual. He cannot bless a curse. He cannot bless a lie. You see, the word bless, by its root definition, is to make more of what you already have. So how can he bless a lie? Because a lie is you don't have it when you say you have it. How can he bless that? He can't bless it because there's nothing there. You need something to receive it. For instance, I don't have a house, but there's a house that's available. The Lord will bless me. When he blesses me, that means he made my living quarter better. So we got to understand, there's things that we say that we're believing God for. There's things that we're exercising our faith for. But we have to recognize, it's one thing to be able to make a statement of fact, a statement of faith, that this is where you are, this is the position that you're in, this is what you believe in God for. That's the faith. I'm believing God for these things. This is where I am, but I'm believing God for these things. I'm believing God to move forward, to be able to receive what I'm believing for. Those are statements. But you have to recognize you don't have it. In order for you to believe that you're going to receive, you have to recognize you don't have it. So the truth is, you don't have it. The faith is, God's going to provide it. So when you receive it, the Bible says that produces much glory to God. It's in our receiving that we receive much glory, that God receives much glory. It's in our receiving. So it's fine not to have it. It's fantastic not to have it. And believe that you're going to receive. And you shall have. But if you run around telling people that you already have it, under the motivation that you want to convince the people how powerful you are, how much of an ability you have, are you trying to get them, are you trying to manipulate them to receive what they have that you're believing for? See, that's where the fine line is. That's deception. To deceive a person, to tell them what you're believing for as if you have it, because you're trying to receive from them something. See, that's where you get into a gray area. Actually, it's not even gray. To me, it's black or white. Are you trying to convince a person that you have a certain thing that you believe in God for, that you have it already, because you're trying to get them to give you what they have? That's deception. You're trying to manipulate a person, which in reality is witchcraft. If I'm saying something to manipulate you, to get me where I need to be, that's witchcraft. Any kind of manipulation or coming against your belief or your faith, coming to convince you to do something for me by false pretenses, it's manipulation, which is witchcraft. But if I stand alone and I'm believing God, and I'm not asking them to give me anything, they are not my provider. God is my provider. Then I'm believing it. So when I go out public and I make a declaration, I can go anywhere I want to go, do anything I want to do. That's a declaration because that's what I'm believing God for, and he's provided. But if I'm saying I can go anywhere I want to go and do anything I want to do because I'm trying to get you to help me get there, that's manipulation. You follow me? I know this could be tough to wrap your mind around this. There's a fine line between faith, foolishness, and presumption. Those are three powerful things. It's scriptural. It's a fine line between faith, foolishness, and presumption. Presumption is, let me tell you what I'm believing God for as if I already received it, because I'm trying to receive from you something. I'm trying to convince you that I'm the person you need to be able to deposit something into in order for me to receive what I'm believing God for. That's manipulation. It's a lie. God can't bless it. But if I'm believing God, because I'm believing God for a lot of things, and I make my declarations and I tell everybody, but there's no way that they can help me get there. I'm not looking for them to help me get there. I don't want them to help me get there. The Bible says this: let no man say that they made you rich. Meaning, don't put yourself in a position to where your blessing comes from a person. I'm believing God for things. I'm not relying on people to give it to me. I'm relying on God to make a way, open up a door, put me in a situation that I can receive it. Give me the opportunity to receive it. I'm not looking to man to solve my problems. God is the solver of my problems. And that's how I walk by faith. I say those things that I believe as if they were, because I'm believing them, but I'm not, and I'm running around telling everybody what I'm believing for. And I call those things that being as though they were even in front of them, but I have no intention of they solving my problem. I'm not saying it to them because I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to convince them to help me. I'm not doing that. See, that's presumption. I'm putting you in a position by lie and deception to deposit inside me something that will help me fulfill what I'm believing God for. It's a lie. It's deception. Now, if I have projections and I'm believing that I'm going to receive it, and I'm transparent to you and say, I don't have it right now, but I'm going to get it. And you making this investment or you helping me with this, I can get there. Then that is faith. That is to agree in touching anything. If you agree in touching anything, it shall be done to you by the Father. That is faith. But you're being transparent. You both understand you don't have it. And you both agree that you could probably get it together. And you're standing in agreement together. But you're not running around deceiving other people. You're saying what's truth and what you're believing for. That's it. I hope this is getting to you, and I hope you're understanding it perfectly. All right?